Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with Joe Boo's outside. He's outside chilling right now, but we got Joe Bear here in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Wow. What a day. Wasn't quite prepared to go on at 1 o'clock today, had a few things I had to take care of and kind of was a little bit short on getting things together. And see, I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared to go on, but I'm going to make sure I am for tomorrow. We got two games tomorrow. We got Kansas City versus Buffalo, starts at 5 o'clock Eastern. And then, of course, our Cowboys at 8:15. So we may go ahead and do a two-game stream tomorrow. So it's going to be a long day. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm going to stop right now. But I need to respond to a couple things. But before I respond to it, I want to get to something because Rashid is pounding his chest right now. We got victory. We could be in first place come next Thursday because we're going to beat the Eagles. So let me point out that Rashid, the stinking New York Giant fan, is guaranteeing a victory over the Eagles. Yeah. What's funny is Michael was playing a clip from Burgundy and Gold All Day, who may be here in the man cave next week. He may be here in the man cave, so we may have some fresh meat to be whipping on. He was pointing out, and I've got to look for the clip, that Ron Rivera, who went for two, okay? First of all, listen, all they needed was a field goal. All they needed was a field goal. They got to midfield, and Kyle Allen fumbles the ball, which ends up being a fumble six. The Giants go down, get 6 points. They're up by 7. And then all of a sudden, the Washington franchise goes right down the field and scores the tying touchdown, or what should have been the tying touchdown. Statistics and common sense would say kick the extra point, and you got a hot hand, you came back, you scored the points. But Ron Rivera said that he wanted them to have that taste of victory and went for two. Who does that? And I realize you need to read between the lines. I'm not sure that fumble was not accidental, that was accidental. Because if you're the Washington franchise, you're not going anywhere this year. Not that I'm saying the Cowboys are, but you're not going anywhere. The last thing you want to do is get wins for moral victories. When he says, I want them to have a taste for winning, and that's why we went for two, he didn't mean this year. He's talking about next year and the year after because they're trying to get in there for Trevor Lawrence. That's what after he threw for 391 yards in the first half yesterday, 391 yards in the first half. He's thinking, we don't want to win anything. No way, no how. So Rashid, enjoy the victory, but understand that might have been a gift to you because the Washington franchise is thinking bigger picture here other than bragging rights. So enjoy the victory. You got to play the Eagles in the truly Desperation Bowl on Thursday night. So we're going to have a busy week this week. We're going to be busy this week. That's for damn sure. Philly wishing he was 500. Philly way below 500. Philly talking about how, what's funny, Philly, as you go, was it 1-4-1? 1-4-1. You said to me the night before the season started that your Philadelphia Eagles were going to win the division by at least 2 games. 2 games. Because you said on your stream, Mark's been real quiet. So I want to let you know that I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm worried about you, though, Philly. I saw the sweat pouring off your hair and coming down. And I hear you calling your quarterback, run, fat man, run, fat man. I've heard you cuss out everybody on the team, saying trade Zach Ertz. I don't know what's going on with Carson. I even heard you say maybe you need to bench Carson Wentz for the fourth quarter. I heard you say going for 2 was a great idea, and then it wasn't a great idea. You got all kinds of emotions going, but you know what, Philly? Let's I hate to remind you that you said that your team was going to go 13-3 or 12-4 at the worst, and that you'd win the division by 2 games, and the Cowboys wouldn't even be second. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? And see, this is what it kind of sounded like what your coach probably said.
Well, what happened was that second game, we got our ass kicked, or the second half. We just got our ass totally kicked. We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball. We didn't try to run the ball. We couldn't complete a pass. We sucked. The second half, we sucked. We couldn't stop the run. Every time they got the ball, they went down and got points. We got our ass totally kicked in the second half. That's what it boiled down to. It was a horse performance in the second half. Horse. I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed. Coaching did a horrible job. The players did a horrible job. We got our ass kicked in that second half. It sucked. It stunk.
Okay.
Now, this was the beginning of Philly's post-game live stream.
Back here, and welcome to Eagles post-game, where the Eagles, they lose a tough one, 30-28 to the Ravens. Look, this wasn't a game that I thought the Eagles were going to win. I didn't predict them to win. I wanted them to be in this game. I wanted it to be close, and it was. However, the Eagles had a lot of options, a lot of chances, rather, to win this game. They made a lot of mistakes. If you could take a lot of plays back, a lot of coaching decisions back, this team could have won the game. The Eagles could have won this game. I think about early in the game, 3rd and 22, I believe it was. John Hightower drops a catch deep that he has to. He was wide open. Then you think about the Miles Sanders. He drops a touchdown in the end zone. Then the Eagles missed the field goal. Doug Peterson, when they did score, he goes for 2 instead of just kicking the extra point, which would have made us tie the Ravens up instead of having to go for 2 points. And then on that 2-point conversion at the end, I really hated that they did a read option. I didn't mind that they ran Carson, but if I was to do it, I would have spread him out empty set and then run him right up the middle. But they didn't do it. Carson, he was 21 of 40 today, 213 yards, 2 touchdown passes, 1 run. And I thought Carson wasn't perfect. He wasn't perfect, but I thought he was pretty good. He fights, man. He's a fighter, and he gives you everything he has, and I respect it. Miles Sanders, 9 carries, 118 yards. And the thing with that is he left the game after that big run. He got hurt. We can't seem to stay healthy. Carson had 5 carries for 49 yards. Travis Fulgham, 6 catches, 75 yards. He continues to impress. He also had a touchdown. Hightower, 1 catch for 50 yards. It should have been like 2 for a lot longer. Ertz, 4 catches, 33 yards. Does nothing again. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Arcega-Whiteside, 0 catches, 0 yards. And that's pretty much it.
No, actually, it's not. It's really not. I want to say that the fact that Carson Wentz got to 200 yards, that was all in the second half. I believe at halftime they had 21 yards passing. I need to double check that, but I think it was a total of 21 yards in passing in the first half. I said to Rashid, I looked at Rashid, I think a quarterback could probably throw the ball to himself and get at least 21 yards or more than 21 yards. Are you kidding me? 21 yards. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here because I felt like Baltimore just kind of got lulled to sleep. I really think that Baltimore kind of checked out because my man Calais Campbell, and anybody that tells me I don't know what the F I'm talking about, slap yourself. I said 3 years ago, if there's a guy to go out there and get, it's a Calais Campbell. Oh no, he won't want too much money. He's too old. He only gets about 6 or 7 sacks. He's a, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. If we had Calais Campbell, who had 3 sacks, one of the players with the most multiple 3 or more sack games in the history of the NFL. He got 3 sacks, I think. It might have been 4 because I might have missed a couple because there were so many of them there on Carson Wentz. It might have been another one in the second half. I think it was 3 in the first half. But I said, when he was leaving Arizona, go get that guy. Go get that guy. And I was told I was an idiot. Yeah. Still getting it done 3 years later. Eagles, you got a moral victory of coming back. But I will say that I think that the Baltimore Ravens, Philly, kind of checked out. My quarterback would always get this term used on him, garbage yards. Are you saying that those weren't garbage yards in that game? Because you were so far behind. I just want to understand the difference because, what's good for the goose is always good for the gander, too. That game was pretty much over. Baltimore kind of eased up on the pedal to the metal. You made some plays. You got close. And now you got a short week, and you got to take on the Giants. Well, Philly, ball's in your court now, buddy. Ball's in your court. Peace out.